What's up, everybody? It's Johnny with Tell a Friend here again, and I want to share a funny story with you about not giving up. Now, I got to kind of give you the background story of this. It's a story that someone shared with me many years ago. A good friend of mine, he's a pastor friend of mine, when I was a young preacher, and he kind of told me about not giving up, and he said how he met the president hopeful at the time in 1968, Robert Kennedy, right? Wow, at the time he really met Robert Kennedy. So I need to give you the backstory before I kind of share how he met Robert Kennedy. So if you're a kid in the 80s and 70s or 70s and 80s, and you had a paper route, if you had a paper route, you had to go to a certain spot, and basically the Riverside Press Enterprise would deliver the papers to this house. You would go and you had a cubicle that you had to go to, and you would fold your papers and take off to wherever house you have to deliver papers to. And the person's house, her name was Miss Bonton. Now, Miss Bonton was a big woman physically, and she absolutely loved all the kids in the neighborhood. I mean, if you were a kid, she was an activist. She just loved hanging out with you and just making you feel like you were $1,000,000. I don't care who it was. And so we knew Miss Bonton, a great person. And so when Robert Kennedy was coming to Riverside, downtown Riverside, this pastor friend of mine told me that him and all his friends got on their bikes and they rode to the courthouse where Robert Kennedy was going to be at. So he said when he got there, there's like 10, 15, 20 people deep, right? And he tried to get in line. He was trying to press through everybody, but there's just so many people there. They all wanted to see Robert Kennedy. And he thought in his mind, you know what? I'm not going to be able to see Robert Kennedy. And he was going to leave. He literally told me, he goes, I was about to leave. And then when he heard Miss Bonton coming. Now, Miss Bonton, like I said, was a big woman, and she had a loud voice. And all you could hear her say, President Kennedy, President Kennedy. And she started pushing through the crowd, literally pushing through the crowd. And this pastor friend of mine told me that when he seen Miss Bonton pushing through the crowd, he jumped on right behind her, got off his bike and started walking right behind her, real close behind her. And she was pushing through the crowd. When she got to the front, there was Robert Kennedy, and she grabbed him and she kissed him on the lips. True story. This is my pastor friend told me. Kissed her on the lips, and there pastor friend was telling me, he looked up and he seen President hopeful Robert Kennedy, and he stuck his hand out and he shook his hand, and man, he said he felt so good. He left so excited, right? But he told me, he goes, I was just about to leave. He goes, Johnny, man, you just wouldn't believe. I was disappointed. I was going to leave. I was on the outside. I was going to leave until I heard my opportunity coming, and I took it. And I was thinking about that. I was thinking about in the book of Philippians chapter 3, where it says, I press towards the mark of the high calling, right? You press towards the mark. What does that mean? You're constantly moving forward. Because my friend told me, he said, I had a goal in the morning, and that was to shake Robert Kennedy's hand. I was going to say John Kennedy, but Robert Kennedy's hand. He was going to shake his hand. That was his goal in the morning. And he almost did not do it because he thought there's no opportunity for him to shake his hand. There were so many people. And then when Miss Bonton came in, pushed her way through the crowd, he was right behind her. See, when you think your opportunity is not going to, manifest itself, or it's not going to come to fruition or whatever, keep looking, keep pressing towards the mark. Don't give up. See, when you least expect it, you're going to have a Miss Bonton come in your life. You follow that situation, you follow that opportunity, and lo and behold, you'll be standing right in front of Jesus and saying, thank you for making it. Thank you for bringing me. Thank you, Lord, for helping me through my situation. Hey, I hope this blessed somebody. Some of you are going to remember the story. Some of you knew the story. But I hope this story blesses you, and not giving up, pressing towards the mark. Don't ever give up. No matter what you're going, don't give up. Keep moving forward. I love you, and don't forget to tell a friend. Bye.